What up, everybody? Welcome to Monday Morning Coffee Hour. My name is Paul Abernathy. Thanks for joining me today here at Coffee Hour. Exciting today. We are going to be discussing AI and how it can impact your business. And I'm going to release something that's going to be amazing for people and a great value for people that already have our TradeHog. But we're going to be releasing something else. So here we are releasing something for everybody to take a look at today. And we'll even test drive it and kind of give you an idea what it does. But thanks for taking your time out of the day. Do me a favor. If your first time you've ever been here before, remember, we don't just talk about code. We don't just talk about exam prep. We talk about just about anything you want to talk about in the electrical industry. Let me know what's going on in your life. And all you got to do also is do me a favor. Let me know who you are, where you're from. If you're a fast track student, appreciate it. If you have any of our products, and let us know, appreciate it. And do it in the chat. And if you want to get in on the spin to win, follow these directions up here, do hashtag win, and you will be elected to spin. And we're doing a drawing for various products at the end of March, okay? And one of those products happens to be an exam prep course, also grounding and bonding course we're giving away, a drawing for it. And then our mastering the NEC, but you're also getting in on an estimating software, Best Bid the Next Generation, okay? That is a bidding software, an estimating software. It's amazing. You get in on that drawing. And there's also a course. Of course, we have some giveaways, Fast Tracks Tube. That's a no-brainer. You should already be in Fast Tracks Tube. I'm just saying, okay? I'm biased, but hey, you should already be in that. So as usual, let's do some shout outs. Let everybody know who all's here. And do some shout outs here. Jonathan, thanks for joining me this morning. Adam, what's up, Adam? Good morning. Everybody had a great weekend. I had an amazing weekend. Did a lot of work trying to get my taxes in order. Wow, that's another challenge right there. Got my coffee. Got your coffee. Got my coffee going. Dogs are going in the background. And Adam's showing how to do it. Hashtag win. That's what you need to do to get in on the spin. That type of thing. So let's see here. Who else we got here? Michael. Thanks for joining me this morning, Michael. Cell Expression. What do we got going on here? I'm an electrician, 14 years currently, a member of IBEW. First time casting a live, and glad to be here. Glad to have you here, Cell. Glad to have you here. So spread the word. Let your other IBEW brothers and sisters know that we're not just about pushing our products. I know that's how I make a living. But at the end of the day, we're all about electrical, talking electrical, bringing up things, having a discussion, just like today. Today, we're talking about artificial intelligence. And people are worried about it, scared about it, frightened about it. The technology is, in the last 2 years, AI has really rapidly grown. And a lot of people that aren't familiar with it say, well, how can I use it in my business? And you really should be using it in your business. And I'm going to show you why today and how you can today. But, you know, it's really designed to make life a little easier. Okay, so trust me, I'm going to do my best to make it not a sales pitch, but more talking about AI and how it can be more effective in what we do in the day-to-day. But thanks for joining. You picked a great day to join us for your first time. Christopher, what's up's in the house? Good morning, good morning. Eric, good morning from Cali. Thank you, thank you. Dan Martins, thanks, Dan. Thanks for joining this morning. Here we go. We got our resident troublemaker, Paul. What's up? Good morning. Good morning. Had a great weekend. It's my boy Manny. Manny's over on behind the scenes on TikTok as well. He's over on Facebook. We had a little problem with Facebook over the weekend. Something was going on, but we got it sorted out. So we're streaming back to Facebook. Oh, by the way, if there is one of your favorite platforms you like to watch on, I mean, you can watch on just about anything. We're also over on Instagram. We have still not figured out how to be able to stream to TikTok on here, and I don't think it's possible. I think it's behind it. I just think that they're too controlling. They don't want that to happen. There you go, Sel. Sells me no from Pittsburgh. Sel, I was actually in Pittsburgh, Philadelphia, a little over a year ago, maybe 2 years ago, maybe for the NECA. And I met a bunch of great people up there that came by the booth and saw me. We hope to be at the next NECA again. And if I'm not there in a contractor capacity, I'll probably be there for TradeHog because we are starting to go around the country, setting up dates to go around and talk about AI and construction. And I'm being asked to speak on the subject because we're working on that in the background. We're not an AI company. We didn't create AI technology. We just incorporated it into what we do as far here as Electrical Code Academy. But it's becoming a topic that people want to know what are the ways that it can enhance your business. So they should probably watch today's show. Probably a better opportunity, probably better spent money watching today's show than to have me come out there and have to pay me to speak. But anyway, Van Man, good morning. Any tips on the business law portion of the exam? Yeah, the only tip I can give you is we do have courses for that for certain states, not all of them, on our website. You just go there, you'll see business law. They're in partnership with At Home Prep. We don't do that because I don't get into the business laws. It's just too many states, and I just can't focus on any one state. It wouldn't be a good business model for me to do that. But I can tell you that most of the time, with whatever you're at, if it's PSI and they're administering the tests, they'll usually have the guide that tells you what books you need to get. And usually with the business law and stuff, it's really the basic stuff, right? They just want to know fees, fines, expiration dates, how long you can do something, and when you got to renew, contract laws, all that kind of other stuff is usually pretty straightforward. And usually they allow you to bring that in. So the reason we don't teach it is because it's pretty straightforward that if you have the documents they recommend, they don't expect you to memorize the business law stuff. But if you have those documents, you're able to have them with you when you go take your test. And if they don't, then that means if they don't allow it, that means that the questions they're asking you are pretty damn generic. Right? They want to know expirations, 90 days, what's your liability insurance minimums. It's those type of questions I ask. Other than that, most of the stuff is just plain common sense. But get your bulletin. If your state is using PSI, for example, they have a bulletin. Just go look up PSI exams and input whatever state you're in, electrician, and you probably can pull it up on the internet. You probably can use TradeHog to do that. Even our new product that's rolling out today that's part of TradeHog to do that. We can test that if we want. But there is, again, ways to do that. If you really want a course, or you feel like you need a course, then we do have a partnership. It just depends on the state you're in. We have a lot of people doing #win. Thanks for joining me. #win everywhere. Get you in on the spin. Nelson, thanks for joining, Nelson. I see Edgar's got the #win going on. Remember, let me know where you're at, who you're, if you're a student or not, or whether you've been in our programs before, or just want to say, hey, what's up? What's up, Red Dog? Buenos dias. Fast Track students, Southern California. That's what I'm talking about. Early. There's Beto's in here. Rob is over on our Fast Tracks tube, testing out the tube again. Thank you, Rob. Appreciate you. Iowa. Adam, Fast Track, spelling my track wrong. FASTTRAX, bro. Bro. I did see that. Darlene did forward that to me about your hoodies. I see that. And I see you got some of the Hog's newest t-shirts. That's cool. That's brand new. The Hog t-shirts are brand new. It's actually has Chief Hog on it. They are pretty cool. That's the kind of novelty shirt you wear around the job site, just the TradeHog. That's what I'm talking about. Thank you. We appreciate that, Adam. Rob, everybody had a good weekend. I hopefully did. Frank's tearing it up with the wins. #wins. Good morning, Frank. Make sure you do just one #win to make sure that you get on the spin, because I don't know that all that will get you in on the spin, but I know that you'll hit that #win again. Okay. Let's see. Is AI a 2-letter word? Like, come on. I'm not going to touch that today, but I'm with you, Frank. Hey, you know what they say? I got 28 people in the stream. It's not a lot, but I don't want to offend anybody earlier. But, over time, Joe Biden got stupid. Kamala Harris was born that way. I'm just saying, okay, watch my numbers drop. People get offended too easy. Come on. What's up, Jonathan? Good morning. We already got you in there. Florida, for Van Man's down in Florida. Okay, let's try to catch up here. Richard, welcome, Richard, in. Fast Track student. Richard, thank you. Trying to get these through here. John. Joey. God, I'm blind. Joey from Cali. Another one from Cali. We got David Carter in the house. Also hit the #win. Okay. We appreciate all you coming. Keep it going, guys. Let me know where you're from. If there's a topic you want to talk about. New Jersey on a windy day. Joseph's in the house. Joseph, let me tell you what, Joseph, it was so windy here that I was worried that my Starlink, we lost power for probably about an hour and a half. We lost power and it was so windy. Now I like to say that the compound that I'm in here is covered with tall trees all around it. So those trees were going. I was sitting thinking, oh crap, watch a tree fall on the roof, But didn't happen, thank God. And we did lose power. So I ordered an EcoFlow. For y'all that are not familiar with it, I'll do a review on it. I ordered an EcoFlow. It's the same price as a generator, but it doesn't have the same flexibility as the EcoFlow. So I'll probably do a review on those. My brother has one. He uses it all the time. And I found that my battery backup, when we lost power, it shut everything down. So it did not have a switch over. It tells me that there's something wrong either in the battery or the number of stuff that I've got plugged up into it is just too much. And it shut it down right away. So it's probably a bad sell. So I upgraded to this newer EcoFlow. It's bigger. I got this EcoFlow Duo, whatever. And it should run things for hours, but I also can use it for other things. Because I don't have a generator in my house. People say, what, Paul, you don't have a generator? No, because we don't yet know the pattern of our power loss. I'm not going to spend that kind of money to put a generator because I like when power goes out. I just need to make sure that if I'm in the middle of editing or working on a computer, that I got time. And I have UPSs. This is a little different than a UPS. Okay, a little different. So we got that coming. It wasn't cheap, but hey, it is what it is. Okay. What's up, Anthony Solino? I think we were supposed to talk on the phone about something, but we will definitely get hooked up. Okay. Let's get into today's topic. What we're talking about today, and I'll take it over to the chat so that anybody wants to chime in on this topic. We're going to talk a little bit about AI technology and why you should be embracing it. It doesn't matter. If you're a municipal inspector, you should really be embracing it. If you're a home inspector, you should be obviously embracing it because you know what? You're being asked to call out certain things and you probably over the, for home inspectors, it's probably over the scope of your intended knowledge, right? So it's one of those things where it's a good tool to help you. And we're going to talk about that. But if you're a contractor, it is a no-brainer today, and I'm going to show you why, okay? I'm going to kind of give you a rundown, but real quick, a couple points of why you should be engaging AI. So AI doesn't automatically mean these little robots or these little things that automate, you've seen it on TV where the world's going to be taken over by AI and that type of thing. And I'm also going to show you, Anthony, why AI really is not going to take over the role of a plans examiner, okay? But it's going to make a plans exam. So there's a different approach. And this is why I've been asked to speak around the country when it comes to the construction side. Obviously, I'm no expert in AI, but when it comes to interacting it with the inspections and trade, one of the places that they asked me to speak is a municipality, and they're concerned about kind of like what you're saying, but they want to know how it can impact their municipality and make their job better because they realize a couple things. As smart as AI is, in the rapid expansion of its knowledge, in fact, they say, I think in less than a year and a half, it's going to be at genius level AI, means it's bringing back genius level responses. Well, I'm a big believer that it can't make shit up out at the ether. It's got to pull this data from something we're feeding it. It's just how it's delivering it that's going to get much smarter. But I today can still fool AI because it's a situation of crap in, crap out type of scenario. So until it can think for itself, and people think that AI is thinking for itself, no, it's a logic model. It's looking at certain things and bringing back logic, but it is never going to be as creative as the human mind. And I don't care what anybody says. I'm a firm believer, at least not in your lifetime or my lifetime. So how do I interact with it and work it in my day-to-day? Well, one of the key things to think about is that AI is going to be designed, and it's basically, I don't care about the automation part, about creating these little robots that does shit. I don't care about that. At some point we have that. We have little robots. Shit, we got these little things that go around and clean. I got one of these Roomba things. It's not Roomba. I got the Shark one. It cleans the house. It starts on its own. I mean, you could argue that that's AI. It artificially, but that's just programming and logic and repetitions. That's memory in its memory bank. We've had that for years. It's not smart enough to say, oh crap, your carpet's dirty, let me go clean it. It does it on a schedule, okay? So they're marketing that as AI. It's not AI. It's just a programmed logic scheme that the user interface programs it and it does a task. But it helps the world because it helps things better because I don't have to do it now. I just know that thing can go 3 or 4 times a week and clean my carpets. You get me? So what is it going to do for the construction industry? And what is it going to do for the inspections? Okay. Number one, it gives instant access to expert knowledge. And it's a cultivated knowledge. So for us, we created something called TradeHog. Now, TradeHog was specifically designed to work for electrical, plumbing, HVAC, construction industry, inspection, home inspections, ADA, ASTM, UL. It's basically NFPA documents. It looks at all these documents, and so it curates information, and then we constantly feed into the database different things like user manuals and product in order for it to have something to pull from. So it's not thinking of this out of the ether. It's pulling it from resources, and then it's filtering it out. So we have what's called the TradeHog. It's a filter that many people call prompts that basically returns information that gets validated. Okay, now why is that important for me as a plans examiner? Why is it important for me as a municipal inspector? Why is it important for me as a contractor? Well, because it allows me to be able to answer questions quickly in the field, right? And it allows me access to a vast array of industry standards and best practices that may not be afforded to me at the moment that I need to make split-second decisions. I'm in the field, time is money, I need to make a decision. So it saves time because it eliminates the fact that I might have to go to code books and various standards that I might not even own. Yeah, we all should own the NEC. Plumbers should own the UPC or IPC. Mechanical guys should own the IMC. But a mechanical guy might not have access to the electrical code. An electrical guy might not have access to the mechanical code, or maybe we're making a connection. We're doing something for, let's say, the CSST connection that is really not governed by 25104 or the NEC, which most electricians think it is. But it also deals with the NFPA 54, the gas codes, and we might not have all these. Now, as a municipal person, you may have all these, but then you got this stack in the back of your car, and you don't have the time because your jurisdiction requires that you go and get a certain number of inspections done in a day. So AI can do that. Now, the second thing that AI can do is it can improve your code compliance. Okay, it can cross-check NEC, IPC, IMC, and other industry standards to ensure compliance. We only get paid to do it once. We don't get paid to do things twice. And a lot of our models that we're making now, and Jeff in the background is constantly working on the model, that's his sole role now, is that he wants to feed it with information that can actually give reliable results, but also allows you to dig deeper into the results and get more feedback. Like I can isolate and dissect certain things. So that's what AI is important to do, especially if we're dealing with things like safety hazards or violations or costly rework. Then we can use an artificial intelligence to be able to pull back. Now, I'm not aware of any other artificial intelligence out there that is specifically geared to the construction industry. We tailored ours that way, but I'm not familiar with anybody that does that. Now, you might say that hashtag Jeff the Hogmaster. He'll like that. So you might say that, well, Paul, I can just use ChatGTP for this. And you can. And ChatGTP is amazingly powerful. And we'll see, for example, today, kind of give you an understanding, but it's not tailored for the construction trade. So what we did was we said, you know what, we agree with that. And I want to show you why AI, not just for trades, why AI is extremely powerful in your business and why you should have it. And it's a small price to pay. You're going to pay more for an employee to do certain things than you are for this. Okay, so for example, our TradeHog is $19.95 a month. That's the basic plan. It's also going to give you access to the new module that I'm going to talk about here in a minute, but it gives you access to be able to use it for up to 25 inquiries and conversations per hour, and then it get a new 25 every hour. The demo on our website doesn't. It stops you after a while, and you have to register. But that's so that now. The important thing about that is it allows me to have an interactive conversation if I'm dealing with some kind of issue. But we're training the model now to not just be technical, but also to bring in what's called practical application and have it mirror with the codes and the standards so that it doesn't steer you down the wrong path, but yet it's not so broad like in a chat GTP where it could bring back anything. Did y'all see the video that I did where I challenged, I kind of went chat GPT versus TradeHog, and chat GPT got it wrong and TradeHog got it right when it came to the grounding screws in a metal box. So I put that in chat GPT, the generic one, and I said, can you have a brass colored ground screw in a 1032? So it's threaded, it engages 2 full threads, meets all the requirements of 250.8, met all that, but said, can it be brass color? Does it have to be green? And chat GPT, as smart as it is, it came back and said, no, it couldn't. And we all, that's wrong. Now, you're required to be green on devices. That's 251.26. That requires that to be green. If you have a main bonding jumper in 250.28, it needs to be a green finish if it's a screw. Well, we get that. But that screw in a metal box that's designed, screws don't get listed, by the way, for grounding and bonding. I don't know if you know that. So green finish on a screw, like a 1032 that goes in a box for bonding, that's just because it's, manufacturers make it. It looks good. It's like, hey, I don't need to do anything. It's green. But a lot of misconception is that it has to be green, and it doesn't. If it engages 2 full threads, or you put it in and put a nut on it, then it meets the requirements of 250.8. It doesn't have to be green. So if I've got a metal box and it's got a specific threaded entry or specific threaded hole for the grounding and bonding connection, it doesn't matter what color that screw is. But anyway, we asked Chat GPT and it got it wrong. So I asked the same question to TradeHog and it got it right. It's because we trained that model. It pulls off the same basic GTP, or GPT, I should. I keep saying that wrong. GPT, it pulls off basic, but then we enhance it. And that's what makes TradeHog a little different, that type of thing. The other thing that I can tell you about artificial intelligence is that it makes real-time decision support in the field critical. If I've got I didn't have that when I was in the field. And when I had my guys, they'd have to bug me and call me all the time. And I'm still open to that. I love when people call me, they ask me questions, do all that kind of stuff. But also when I pay somebody $50 an hour or whatever it is that we're paying today, I need them to make decisions in the field. And maybe some of the stuff is basic decisions that I feel they should know, but if they know logically how to ask the question, then it can basically make it easier for them. So if they have this tool in their hand, in the field, an AI model, then they can ask specific code questions and get reliable guidance on that, right? For breaker sizing, wire ampacities, pipe fittings, structural load calculations. Yeah, it does load calculations, okay? I can plug in certain things. And what makes it neater is that you can interact on your phone. A lot of times you can use the voice feature in order to have it write it out, and then you can cut and paste it in there. That type of thing. If you want to do that, I just tap it in. But the ability to be able to help apprentices and journeymen get questions right, or home inspectors when they're citing stuff that they can really, before they go citing something they don't have any clue about, then they can type the question in there. And I remember with AI, I think one big misconception about artificial intelligence when it comes to reporting is that it knows what you're thinking, and it doesn't know what you're thinking. So it's like anything. When I send a submission to NFPA and I want to get a response, sometimes I know the response I want to get. It's how I ask the question to get back the response I know I want, because I already know the answer. I just want them to tell me. And then if they don't, then I know they really got it wrong. And that's kind of why they hate answering my questions. But I only write questions. If I'm sending something to somebody, I'm writing something because I have a reason to. I know why I'm doing it. I'm doing it for a reason. And so the same thing with Chat GTP or with TradeHog is it's all about what you put in, right? And that type of thing. And so, yeah, Anthony says, what does Anthony say here, Anthony? Says you made a comment about the guidance as these things emerge. Should we be treat the responses as guidance or as gospel? Well, that's a good one because you know what I say. Even from code experts, I say don't take it as gospel. Make sure you do your research. The different thing about AI and why it's going to not make many people in the trades or in general obsolete is because you don't want to rely on it because it still can make mistakes, right? And so again, it's crap in, crap out. So the good models will bring back code references and you should be validating. So rather than you have to hunt for it, that's time, you will see the code reference or you can dig deeper to get a code reference and then you can go straight to that reference and quantify. That's really what it is. But I would never, at this point, they can say how intelligent AI gets, but I would never take AI as gospel, that type of thing. All right, enough said. Let's look real quick at the hog. We got a code question we gotta do for today first. All right, let's do a code question. AC cables shall be permitted to be used in the following locations except, okay, AC cable. That's what we're talking about, AC cable. So your trigger word for today is AC cable, okay? And it says shall be permitted. So y'all all know that once you establish what AC cable is, and you should know by now, okay? You should know by now what article this is if you're not doing your flashcards or you're just in your active structured studying using the Fast Tracks program or whatever you're using, then you should know right off the bat what AC cable is, all right? And it has a specific article. And you'll also know that by seeing this, you'll know that it is a very small article. It's very much specific to a wiring method. So first of all, AC cable question, you know wiring methods in chapter 3. The next thing that you'll look at it and you'll go, okay, well, it's asking me about permitted uses. So one big tip for us is to go, isn't there a uses permitted and uses not permitted? Absolutely there is. So you'll get areas where something says it's permitted and something says it's not permitted. But you also have to remember that shortcut, if I gave you a shortcut to that, then I would tell you that use is not permitted, okay? And we see here that this is saying uses shall be permitted, then it says except. So it really means it's kind of not a trick question, but it's making you think, ooh, I need to look at the things that are not permitted. Because this says AC cable shall be permitted to be used in the following locations except. So it really looking at the not permitted, by the way, that type of thing. But so it's just kind of how it's worded. But we know that AC cable is very small. It's Article 320. And we know that we just would be better off by just doing what? We'd be better off by just bold scanning, that type of scenario. That's what we really should be doing. Okay, so if we go to the code over here, we know it's 320 because we all are savvy enough to know that that is AC cable. Okay, and then we just bold scan. And what are we looking for? Permitted usage, and then of course the exception is kind of saying exception to the permitted, so it's not permitted. So here's the uses permitted, and the question was, can AC cable be installed in cable tray? All right, well, yeah. Said, can it be installed in dry location? Okay, yeah. So those two are right. Exposed locations. Okay, well, it's like, well, let's see here. Exposed, yeah, it says branch, it shall be both exposed and concealed locations. Yeah, so automatically, this is the kind of question, right, where you look at it and you go, let's go back to the question. This is one of those questions where you look at it and you go, well, there's really only one logical response to this question, okay? So you look down here and you go, well, it can only be this one. And you look and it says 320.12.1, and this, by the way, is out of the final exam questions in your program, so we're not going to get an answer. We know the answer. So it was those type of things. So in this case right here, it can be permitted in the following locations except, and then we go back to the code and we get down to 12, and you see here it says, where can it uses is not permitted? Well, subject to physical damage, okay? So that's the funniness about the question, and you got to be hypersensitive of the question. It wants to know it's permitted in what locations, but what is the one location that is exception, that it's not permitted? And that is here, subject to physical damage. And we saw that in 320.12, item number 1. So you see how that question, how that's worded, and so you have to take your time and be very conscious of that, because it can definitely throw you if you're not paying attention to that. Okay, let's go to the hog real quick. So here we are at the hog. For those, let me get the announcement out of the way first, and then we're going to spin the wheel and give some stuff away. All right, so look, here's the deal. Oh, no, I want to hear her first. So here's the deal. We created TradeHog for use in the field. We created TradeHog to be able to get answers very quickly. We've trained the model. We're still training it to bring reliable results, right? That's the key. We needed that consultant in your pocket. That's what we needed. What's up, David? Hey, thanks for joining us. Happy President's Day. And so we did that first. Then we said I said to myself, you know what? People are out there paying $20 a month for ChatGPT, and that's just an open generic model, and that's fine. So why would they pay for the TradeHog? Well, because TradeHog is really construction focused. And as you'll see the examples, go watch that video where I compare it, and it gets in trade, and ChatGPT gets it wrong, and Hog gets it right. So then I thought, well, what about the people in the office? And how can I make my life, not just in the field, how do I make and some of us, we are the office, right? You guys out there are the office, okay? And so I'm sitting there thinking, why don't I figure out a way to give our customers, people that subscribe to the Hog, how do I give them more benefit by allowing them to do their back end work and get rid of needing for what you need, get rid of ChatGPT and incorporate that model and fine tune it just like we did TradeHog, fine tune it for the office staff, for back end staff, for marketing, for promotion, for creating copy material, and have it very contractor specific. How do we do that? Well, we did it. Okay, so let's go check out real quick. So here we are. This is your normal TradeHog. As you can see, it's got some pre-populated questions down here that you can put in to kind of test it, and it'll push it down here. Here's where you put your own information in. There's also some additional ones up here. If you click this, you'll see some of these come out, and those are just some that show you how the Hog works, okay? But here's the thing we wanted to do. So if you come up here, this is our new release, okay? So this is what we're doing. So you click on this, you'll see here it says Office Hog. So what's the difference? Well, I'm going to click on Office Hog for you. All right, there he is. So now he's out of the field, right? And he is back in the office, okay? He's back in the office. You were back in the office. Now check this type of thing. When are federal income taxes due? These are not code-specific stuff. So we're training this model to give you everything that ChatGPT gives you, but we're making it very construction. So marketing, biddings. For example, ChatGPT will bring you back weird information, but it's not tailored to me and your needs as a business person, as a contractor to run my business. So check this out. So let me just give you some examples. So when is my federal income tax due? What's the difference between Chapter C or Chapter S corporation? I like this. So this is an example. So watch, I'll click that. It propagates it down here, okay, into the Office Hog. Okay, so this is for the back end people, your employees. Maybe it's you do all your own bidding, estimating, or whatever. So we're training a separate model. It's included. It's not costing you anything extra. Okay. And so let's see here. So it didn't exist, Anthony. It exists now because we're creating it. So I'm going to click this right here. Now let's see what the Office Hog has to say. We're asking about the companies. Now I'm a Chapter S corporation. And I had to make that decision. I had to do my own research on that. But look what it brought back. All this information. It talks about a Chapter C, talks about taxation, ownership, how it's structured, regulations, the benefits, And then, of course, it talks about the Chapter S corporation, which is what I am. This is a pass-through taxation. In other words, it basically takes all of its, I become what's called a shareholder distribution. So if the company makes money, it just transfers to me and I pay it on my taxes, okay? But it does eliminate double taxation. Now, I could compare this to an LLC and have it come back. Now, here's the neat thing about our model. This is not what you're going to get when you run this same type of question through ChatGTP. You're going to get a bunch of wasted information because this one, okay, is focusing on the trade and growing my business. Now, what if I want to ask something even deeper? So say I want to say, watch this. So here's how you work through the Office Hog. Now watch this. I'm going to ask it a question. I'm going to say, can you focus on the benefits of being a Chapter S Corp for me, please? Be nice. Be nice to the hog. Okay, he's been in working all day and now it's coming back into the office. So I'm going to do that. And I say, can you focus on the benefits of being a Chapter S Corp? Now, I'm going to show you some other amazing things. This is included in your TradeHog, folks. So it's not just for in the field. It can also be for the back staff. And we're also going to be offering packages for your entire company. So everybody in your company can have access to it. So anyway, but right now, you might be the one man or one woman. All right, so here's what it did. Look at it. Itemized it out. It says, certainly, here are the key benefits for electing S corporation status for your business. You avoid double taxation. You have a tax savings. Okay, you have limited liability protection. That's why you go with an LLC, but there may be benefits for you to be a Chapter S rather than an LLC. That's a choice you have to make. Personal asset protection. Again, it's a separate entity. Right? I'm not a tax advisor, but I'm just saying you create a separate entity that if they want to come after the company, they're not going to be able to come after you. They're coming after the company. You also have potential tax benefits for self-employment taxes. I reap those benefits all the time. And of course, simplified accounting. You have single class stock. It goes, and you can dig it deeper. Look at it. Ownership transfer, shares, considerations, eligibility, professional advice. It reminds you to check with a tax person. You should always do that. But my point is, you see how it can dig deeper, and I can ask it more questions on this. I could cut and paste any of this and ask it to dig deeper. Now, clear this chat out. I want to ask another question, right? I might say, let's see here. Here, look, give me some marketing ideas for my electrical contracting business. All right, I'm going to click that, propagates it. And again, you can make your own. All right, so I'm going to hit send. This is different than the TradeHog because the TradeHog will ignore most of this stuff because it wants to stay construction industry. It wants to stay trade specific. So we're siphoning out this information and trying to focus. Now, notice that this says certainly marketing your electrical contracting business exclusively can help you attract new clients and grow your business. Here are some expert level marketing strategies. Okay, develop a personal website. Leverage your local SEO. That's talking about things like my Google businesses and I can ask questions on any one of these. Like, how do I get started with Google business? Maybe you're sitting there going, Paul, I have no idea how to do this. Well, watch this. I can ask the question. It says, how do I get set up in Google my business profile listings? Okay. Maybe I don't understand. Maybe you're not savvy in this type of stuff. All right. So I'm going to click this. And remember, crap in, crap out. Don't ask it something that you don't even understand to a high level that you have to use jargon. Okay. You need to make sure that you are very specific. Don't use acronyms. You know what I'm saying? Use the information that it can understand. So here you go. Look at here. Step by step, setting up a My Google business profile is essentially setting increased visibility. Sign into your Google My Business. It says go to Google My Business. It even gives you the website. Okay, sign in. Then it says add your business, enter your business information. It literally walks you through how to do these things. Okay. So, all right. So let's see. Let me see here. It says, And basically that is your, Anthony, that is your Google. My business is the local thing. So that was the step actually for that. So, but I can ask it. So how do, let's see, what's another marketing? Oh, can you write, hey, watch this, folks. This is amazing. Watch this. Let's say I'm going to add, and I'm going to hire somebody to write copy, but I don't want to hire them. All right, let's see here. Can you write, let's see, I can't spell. Can you write a brief sentence to use in my marketing campaign for letting local homeowners, Paul, sorry, guys, owners know, God, I can't type, know about my electrical contracting business. All right, so I'll just do that, right? Oh, wait a minute. And my company name is ABC Electric. All right, so I'm just typing this out, right? And then watch this. I'm gonna click this. Look here. Illuminate your home with ABC Electric's expert services. Your trusted local partner in on safe, reliable, and effective electrical solutions. Now watch this. Can you expand that to list my services, such as service changes, lighting updates. Let's see here. What else? Adding ceiling fans and other other electrical fixes around the house. Okay, check this out. Watch this. All right, check this out. This is the marketing side of it. For copy, for ads, for promotional stuff. Why do it yourself? Okay, and we're including this in TradeHog. Look at it. It added more. It says, illuminate your home with ABC Electric's expert services, your trusted local professional for safe, reliable, and efficient electrical solutions, for service changes and lighting updates, to installing ceiling fans and tackling any electrical fixes around the house. Our skilled team is here to power up your home with precision and care. I can dig this deeper. I can ask it to add more. I can say, can you do it more? And watch this. Can you rewrite this and make it more whimsical in nature? Probably spelled that wrong, but let's see if chat. Now check this out. I might want it to be a little more whimsical. Let's see if it'll rewrite it. I'm trying to show you guys some. This is, all right, there you go. Here you go, look. Brighten your world with ABC Electric. Where magic meets wires. Whether it's a service change, a lighting makeover, or adding a ceiling fan to make your room twirl, our team of electrical wizards is here to sprinkle a little sparkle and ensure every corner of your home shines with delight. Dude, folks. Dude. Now, people say, can I get that with ChatGPT? Yes, you can. But you're not going to get the TradeHog part. You're not going to get it fine-tuned for the field. This is the back end that we're including. We're throwing this in. This is the Office Hog. Also, check this out. This is important. Watch this. So how many of you actually in the trade get contracts? See this little clip right here? If I clip this, it allows me to upload things, right? And have it analyze certain things and come back and tell me what it is. So I can attach it and have it be a contract. I could attach it to be some kind of contract from a business contract, and I can ask it to give me the summary of the contract. Okay, I can attach a picture of a label in a panel that has verbiage that I don't understand. Snap a picture of it in the field, attach it, and say, can you give me the summary of this label? Can you explain? It can take a picture of the HVAC's nameplate and ask it to bring back the important information about this nameplate. It will analyze it. Folks, you should not be working harder as a contractor. You work hard enough. So, yes, our goal was to create something that you can use in the field. But we now have added OfficeHog. You can't test drive OfficeHog because it's only available to our subscribers. But that's included now in there. Here's another big one. I'm talking about way to do this. Watch this. Watch this. I'm going to ask. We're back. We're still in OfficeHog. Okay. So this model is different than the other model. Okay. So now I'm going to ask, and I'm going to say, can you give me 5 ways to safely terminate a employee without getting into trouble? All right, so watch, guys. For HR, what model we put in, and also is that it can be, you guessed it, folks, an HR helper. Like, I want to say, okay, I got to let a guy go, and I need to do it without getting in trouble. This is huge when I was in municipality, all about documentation, right? Watch this. I'm going to ask it an HR question. Give me 5 ways to safely terminate an employee without getting into trouble. I'm going to let the hog give me some advice here. See what it says. This is included, by the way, in TradeHog. You're not paying anything extra for the OfficeHog. And remember, it's very focused. All right, look at this. Look what it did. Terminating an employee is a sensitive process that requires careful adherence to legal and ethical standards to avoid potential legal issue. Here are 5 ways to safely terminate an employee. Number 1, document performance issues. You should always, anytime you see an employee doing something wrong, document it, write it down. Even if you think you're not going to have any action on it, definitely should record it, write it down, keep it in a ledger. If you're an inspector and you have inspectors under you, if you're a supervisor, make sure that you document everything. Anthony, municipalities, document everything, okay? Keep detailed records of any incident. That is the only way I got rid of somebody in the city of Alexandria because I did this. I had detailed records. Follow company policy. Make sure you're aware of any handbooks. Obviously makes sense. Conduct a fair investigation. Gather the evidence before you can terminate. Make sure you have your I's dotted and your T's crossed. Consult with legal or HR professionals when necessary. Severance agreements. Conduct a respectful termination meeting. Again, private and respectful. Give some advice on that. Clear communication, that type of thing. Now, I can dig deeper on any one of these, that type of thing. I can ask it a question on anything, and it will bring it back. Let's see here. So we have some of our other propagated stuff here. Let's see here. Let's see here. Let's look at it. Okay, what are my federal income taxes? When are my federal income taxes due? I'm just going to push this in here. Maybe you don't know. I'm just saying. So this is the back end. Here you go. All right. So here it tells you when they're available, April 15th, right? It says for the tax year 2023, it's due April 15th, 2024. Gives you some information, right? And it talks about how you can even do an extension. Then I might say, well, what are the filing dates for a Chapter S Corp? Okay, because they are different. Ask me how I know. Okay, so what are the filing dates for Chapter S Corp? So I'm going to ask the hog. There you go. Okay, so their filing date for an S Corporation is the 15th day of the 3rd month. Okay, basically it's letting you know if it's March 15th, unfortunately. You can do extensions. Still got to make sure that anything that you owe is paid. But again, you see what it does. It helps. And if I want to dig any deeper in any of this, for example, I can say this one. I can say, I don't know what this is. What is this? So I can type and say, can you explain IRS form 7004? Right? Just to ask it. I'm going to ask the hog and see what it says. So this is the Office Hog. I just wanted to show you. This is the announcement today. Look at here. It brought it back. This is here. It tells you the IRS form is application for automatic extension of time to file certain business income tax information or other returns. And and I could dig deeper. Here you go. Chapter S, corporations again, and partners like LLCs. Okay, tells you about this form, when you file it, all this kind of other stuff. Automatic extension, blah 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 blah. Anyway, so the point being, guys, it allows you. Now, you can also go back to the Chief Hog. And you'll see really quickly how this changes. For this one, for example, I'll just ask here, I'll hit that one. And I want to tailor it a little bit more. I want to put S on the end for ground rods. I said, does every subpanel require separate ground rods? Just to show you that the technical difference in how this works. Here you see here, according to the National Electrical Code, blah, 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 blah. And for subpanel located in a detached structure, it gives you the code reference, right? And it talks about it. Subpanels located in the same building, okay, do not require it, okay? And it gives you the code references associated with everything, okay? So that is the difference in it. Now, as far as AI in the field, it's going to make your life so much easier. It's going to get you started on where to go and what code reference. In the back office, it's going to help you do your copy material, your marketing, your campaign ads. You can ask it important questions. You can ask it HR questions. You can ask it just about anything that you could chat GPT. The only difference is that our model understands that you're a contractor. So if there's any ancillary information out there that may help you as far as a contractor concerned, not generic, but really specific, and we're fine-tuning the model, it's going to gear it towards you. It's going to gear it towards construction, whether you're a plumber, mechanical, electrical, whatever, that type of thing. Okay. All right. Any questions on it? Basically, it's going to make your life so much easier. I promise you to be the best $19.95 you've ever spent if you want it. And you're going to get the Office Hog included. That's the back end. But what we're going to do is we're going to go spin the wheel here. And so if you've hit hashtag win and you have hashtag win, then you see Adam's in it on it, Michael's in on it. So remember, hashtag win, and you can get in on the spin. So if you're watching for whatever platform you happen to be watching on, we are going to spin and win. Okay. So let's go on and pick somebody real quick. And tomorrow we will be back on our normal exam prep questions for the rest of the week. And then next Monday, we will start a series on optional calculations for dwelling. We covered the standard, but we're going to be doing the optional. See, Alberto V. All right, Alberto V. We're going to spin and see what you could win today. You ready? Let's go. Anthony, it's going to help because you're able to ask questions right there while you're doing your plans. You'll be able to ask it something, fire-rated walls, fire-rated assemblies. You'll be able to ask it those electrical questions right there. That's the way it's going to help. There in your hand. Yeah, this is live, John. All right. 12 months of Fast Tracks Tube. So Alberto V, Fast Tracks Tube, you get 12 months of it. Just go to fasttrackstube.com, FASTTRAXTUBE.com, and you can get it. Okay? So, all right. So Anthony asks a question real quick. How is it going to help you as far as inspections? Well, inspectors got to go look things up in the code. They don't understand certain things. That's why they go grab their code book. Well, they can ask the hog right there. They can say, I can't remember what the distance is from the edge of the framing member that they bored hole. I mean, they should know that, but maybe they don't know 300.4. So they can ask questions right there. They want code references on where to go to put on their inspection report. And rather than flip through, they can use that to help get the code reference. And then they can go straight to it to validate it. Or it just triggers them and go, oh, that's right. That's the answer. That's the code section. And that means that they put the right sections on their inspection reports. That helps everybody out. As far as a plan reviewer, I can see this. I'm constantly flipping back and through the code books. And maybe you're a combination inspector. And so you got to remember plumbing, mechanical, building, everything. Well, is there any better than to have a helper right here that you can ask the question? It can do a load calculation. I can type in something about the loading and breaker ratings or whatever, and it will bring back the information. So for calculations, it'll help you. You just ask the hog, and they will bring you back that information. That's the benefit of it. Anything that you would think. So let's think of it this way, Anthony. Anytime you have that itch to pick up the phone and call an expert like me, well, you could just go to the hog. Of course, a lot of people won't call me, but that's the beauty of it. You have questions, it has answers. And when it comes to technical answers, that's the beautiful thing about TradeHog. When it comes to the back end stuff, marketing, campaigning, HR, questions, that's where Office Hog comes into play. Okay. All right. Alberto says he already has it. The subscription, you already got one. You might have already got it before. Okay. All right. Well, we'll spend for something else. Let's see if we can't get you something else. See if we can't get you registered for something else here. You are registered in the drawing that's taking place on March 31st for the grounding and bonding course. So let me put you down for that. All right, let's do this again. Let's see who else we got in here. Let's go. So you don't win the course, Alberto. You're registered for the drawing. I have people that get this and they say, where do I get my course? No, you're in the drawing. We'll do a show that shows everybody's name and you'll be able to go back and watch it. Mitch, I didn't see you in here. Thank you for joining us. And let's see here, Mitch, what you can win. Spinning the wheel of goodness, folks. If you don't get TradeHog, at least go play with it. If you're allowed to play with it up to about 5 entries, go play with it. Try to break the hog. Go over to tradehog.net and play with it. Trust me, it's going to be a game changer for you. All right, Mitch, you get 12 months of access to Fast Tracks Tube, our video platform. All you have to do is go to Fast Tracks Tube. That's FASTTRAXTUBE.com. Go to the membership plan, sign up for a free membership, and we will find it and we will update you. Allow for 24 to 48 hours for us to do it. If you still don't get it, just reach out to us by email and let us know. We'll see your information, but usually we're on it. Darlene usually is on that pretty quick. So that's a free subscription over to our Fast Tracks Tube platform. I see you, Bobby. Thanks for joining us. All right, so let's do this again. Let's do somebody else again. All right. See who else gets to spin the wheel today. The wheel of goodness. I appreciate y'all. This has been an AI Monday. You got any questions? Feel free to still ask about AI, how you could use it in the field. Mitch, you get another spin, dude. All right, you get it. Let's go. Like I said, the machine just picks the names random, so you're in it. So let's go. You can get double whammy today. Mitch, I would go out and play the lottery. It's your day. Go out and play the Mega Millions. And we'll never see you in here again if you win the Mega Millions. All right. Also, Mitch, you're in the drawing for the voltage drop cards. These are hard cards that have the voltage drop formulas and calculations, and we even show you how to formulate the K, which you don't really need to do, but we show you how to do that. All that's on the one side of the card. You get it, and you're in the drawing for that on March 31st, okay? And so, and we may draw multiple times, but your name is in the hat, okay? So we're gonna be giving away more than just one thing. So, all right, Mitch, so let's see here. Let me get you in here for the VD card. Okay. All right, let's get another person real quick because I did a lot of talking today about AI and I want to make sure I give enough stuff away. So again, Mitch, if you get picked again, you do need to go out and play the lottery. I'm just saying. All right, Joey. Joey. All right, Joey. Let me get your name recorded here. All right, Joey, let's see what you win today or what you get included in what drawing. And we will, somebody asked, will we be adding TradeHog to the wheels? Yes, we will. Once we get those plans in place, we'll get it added to the wheel. Don't worry. Don't worry. All right, Joey. 12 months of Fast Tracks Tube. All you got to do is go to fasttrackstube.com, go to the membership area, sign up for a free membership, and we will see it. And we will upgrade you to 12 months of access. Okay. All right. Okay. Let me get back to the chat real quick. All right. Does anybody have any questions about AI and what else it may? Oh, let's do another code question real quick. Let's do another lesson. All right. Let's go to the next one here. So that's the answer. All right. The next one, guys, question. It says, hold on for a second. There we go. It says IGS cable shall be permitted to be used underground, including direct burial in the earth, and for what? Service entrance conductors, tap conductors, feeders, or both A and C. Now, this is a dead giveaway kind of question on the exam. If you get one of these questions on the exam, you better be loving it, because this question is talking about a specific type of cable, and you know that it's a wiring method. Okay, so if you think, okay, well, I know it's a wiring method, but where is it? Well, it's in chapter 3. Wiring methods are all in chapter 3, but you're probably thinking, where is it at? So let's see here. So you can go for this one. A good example of this is you can go to the front of the code book, right? And see if you find it in the front of the code book and say, well, I'll go to the front and see if I can't find it. Because this is about a specific wiring method. It's saying an IGS cable. So I could go to the index, flip around through IGC. I'd have to understand that that's an acronym for integrated gas spacer cable. But you might not know that. But you know it's about a cable, and you know it's a wiring method. So this is an example where table of contents can be your best thing, because you can go to the table of contents and look under chapter 3 and look at the different wiring methods, and it won't take you long to see there's one that's labeled IGS. Okay, and then IGS has its own code reference. Okay, so you'll be able to get there to that code reference, and you'll say, okay, pretty. That's a no-brainer. So that is 326. So we'll go there to the NEC real quick. And let's see here. Let me make sure I'm sharing the NEC. Let's go there. Okay. So we're here. And you can see that right here, that 326 is IGS. So again, about that question, another thing that you can focus in on the fact that that question was a uses permitted, a uses not permitted type of question. You get what I'm saying? So this is saying it's looking for the permitted uses. It didn't say anything except in there. So it was specifically looking for the uses permitted. All right, so we know that what? .10 are uses permitted. .12 are uses not permitted. So we're going to go right here to the uses permitted. All right, so we saw the questions were, I'll go back to the question real quick. Service entrance conductors, tap conductors, feeders, or both A and C. Okay, so let's go here. So here we're at. So it seems like it says service conductors. Yeah. Okay. Let's see here. And it also says feeder right here. Okay. So it says service conductors and it says underground. All this information is in here, right? Okay. So the only thing that we don't see, okay, so come back to the lesson. In that permitted uses, it was clearly allowed for service entrance conductors. Clearly mentioned feeders, so that is A and C. Didn't say a thing about tap conductors. Now, whether it may or may not be applicable or not, it's a code question. It was asked a certain way, and on an exam, you're going to be answering exactly as it's presented. So the best logical, if I were to pick tap conductors, then it would go directly against the fact that it said I could use it for service or feeders. So the only logical answer, and if I took this one, then it leaves out the feeders that we saw, right? So the only logical answer is both A and C. Then we look here, the code reference 326.10.1, and again, and 2. And that's going to show you that it said service and feeders. So this is not the right answer. This is the only answer that we can go with, A, B, and C. Okay, so that is going to be your answer. Okay. All right. Well, folks, unless anybody's got any additional questions about the hog, and there you go. Paul got it. A and C. Beautiful. That's what I'm talking about. So, guys, hopefully you got something out of today's episode. Again, it was a little out of the norm, but I was so excited about the release of Office Hog. We're not going to give that one as a separate. So you can pay for ChatGTP, pay $20, and all you get is a very generic, not tailored model. Or you can get TradeHog, and it's focused on the field to give you really accurate technical information, and it looks through all the other standards. Or you could go and get, and you get Office Hog. Bobby, got to watch the replay. We're at the end of the hour. I can't go back, but go to tradehog.net. That's tradehog.net, and you will get a chance to see what that's all about. Okay, that's what the hog is. It is a artificial intelligence for the tradesman in the field to be able to get technical questions answered very quickly, very accurately with code references. And it allows you to dig deeper and ask additional follow-up questions. And it's $19.95 a month, just like ChatGTP, which is, or ChatGPT, which is very generic. But ours, you're not only going to get the technical app for use in the field, you're also going to get the Office one, which allows you to be tailored for your industry, which means you can ask marketing questions, HR questions, advice on marketing tips, how to analyze certain data, all that kind of stuff. Okay. So what is this? John says, where exactly is the testing database located for members? Are you talking about your testing database in your Fast Tracks program? It's in the very last module of your program, John. It's all the way at the bottom. That's where your database questions are. It's all the way at the end. Got to go into your Fast Tracks program and go all the way to the end. Okay. Okay. All right. And that's only Fast Tracks members, people that bought a course, that type of thing. And I know you have that type of thing. All right. All right, everybody. That is going to wrap it up for today. Thanks everybody for joining me. Everybody that won over on Fast Tracks Tube, go sign up for your free account or your members free membership account. We'll get you elevated. Those that were in the drawings, Alberto, you're in for the grounding and bonding course drawing. Congratulations. And then Mitch, you're also in the drawing for a voltage drop card. We're going to be giving away a bunch of those. So good job with that. All right, folks, hopefully you learned a little bit about AI today, learned how it's going to enhance your business, and you can use it for all different types of things. For me, it is great for just anybody wanting to get extremely technical data quickly, easily, right? And then you can always ask follow-up questions. That's why it's designed that way. It's a learning module. So you're in there, you keep asking additional questions. It's going to remember what you just talked about, and it's going to try to filter it down even more depending on what you ask. That's what we created with TradeHog. And the Office Hog is just an added bonus for back-end people. For you that run your business, that struggle with those day-to-day questions, tax questions, where to get this help, where to get that help, what are the licensing requirements for my state? That's what Office Hog's for. For in the field, answering very technical questions, that's what TradeHog's all about. So check it out for free over on tradehog.net. Kick the tires a little bit, see what you think. All right, folks. Hey, we appreciate you. Thanks for joining me. We're going to catch you tomorrow where we're going to get back into our exam prep questions and bring anything you want to talk about. And then next Monday, be aware, mark it on your calendar. We're going to start the optional method calculations for a single family dwelling. We already did the standard. Go back and watch those previous episodes. But next Monday, we'll be starting a new series on optional. But the remainder of this week, we're going to be covering exam prep and looking at questions, and then we're just going to be having conversation. And I don't know, I may surprise you with something. You never know, all right? All right, folks, till next time, stay safe, God bless, and we'll catch you on another episode of Coffee Hour. Peace.